Cass. How can I go to bed? I'm so riled up. I'm not going to be up late, but holy crap. Tonight. I still can't get over the officer. I still can't get over the officer. I still, that's blowing my mind. What's up, you? That's blowing my mind that an actual police officer, not like, I don't know, not like a mall cop, an actual police officer. I mean, how do I even explain this to anyone that will ever be believed? No one's ever going to believe this. No one. No one will ever believe what just happened. There's not a chance. Why would they? I barely believe it myself. Like, why would someone believe what just happened? How do you explain that the officer investigating your cyber harassment and stalking case decided to out themselves and then send you evidence to use against your stalker? Who's going to ever believe that? I swear to God, when the officer sent that email, I was like, I can't show that. Nobody's going to believe me. It's going to be so not believable. Nobody's going to believe me. What's up, Viv? And I seriously paused for a long while. I was like, I'm going to lose credibility right now. If I show this email or this image of an email, it is going to be so unbelievable that the people who have trusted me to this point will think that I fabricated a cop. And they'll think that I fabricated everything. They're not going to believe anything. That's exactly what I was thinking. And then I was like, okay, well, first of all, slow down. You've never lied before. They're going to give you a pass. They're going to realize that this, freak accidents happen. And then I was like, I can also prove it if I have to. If someone demands proof, then we can show them the emails, right? The emails will have the official email address. It's not going to be like a .com, right? And so and then I was like, how often will this ever happen in the history of ever again? Is there ever going to be an opportunity that arises where an officer, an actual police officer who's investigating an active crime being perpetrated by Bobby G, will it ever happen in the history of ever that police officer will ever be in our lives, watching the lives and wanting to contribute? No, that's never going to happen again. So I was like, I got to seize this moment. I feel like I have such a credibility hit right now. But all I can keep telling you is that I'm fully aware of how wild that was. And I was like, no, let's do it. We know it's true. Now, Amy, you didn't know, and Monroe, you didn't know. I did inform some people that on Sunday, I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but Officer Angel was in there. If you guys remember, I asked everyone to thank an Officer Angel, and I asked you to thank her for caring enough to go out of her way to help. And yeah, I think you followed her, Amy. You freaked me out, actually. I think I saw you follow her. But I was like, I wasn't going to tell you guys that was actually her because I was like, no one's going to believe that. So don't tell anyone. But I did tell a few people because I just knew people who've known me longer would trust me, even though that sounds so fucking wild. Pardon me. And so I'm blown away. I'm flabbergasted. So Tonight was one of the most unique nights I've ever seen, where we have the officer come in. You all get to say hello to the police officer investigating the case against Bobby G. And then later in the night, we get to see Bobby crashing out. Bobby saying he's got a big reveal, and that big reveal is that he's broke and that he's got no problem grifting off of his followers in order to make money. And then as part of that grift, Bobby doxes himself on his own Cash App. Bobby doxes himself in his own This was a thing of beauty. 100%. Go to his Cash App right now. Go to his Cash App. Bobby G0313. And I have the moment. Watch this. I have the moment when Bobby realizes that he's been doxxed. Right there. That's the moment that Bobby realized he schmucked himself. Is where someone says, Bobby, the name Robert Blank is on your Cash App. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. That is a man who's realizing he messed up. What a thing of beauty today was. I can't get over it. I just can't get over what happened today. Let me see if I have a better. I suppose we can use this for now. Of course, the name was known. His try me. His name, when you go to Instagram, his name comes up, right? But he obviously was always like, well, it's not my Instagram, or maybe it's a fake name. But here he is advertising people to go to that Cash App. So he cannot deny that is his Cash App. That's the difference. He's never advertised his IG. He never made a direct connection between the IG and between himself. I will say, look, as much as I think that his followers are dumb as a doornail, this makes me sad. Let me just turn off the comments for a moment just so I could show you how angry this makes me, okay? So look at Brenda. Brenda says, let me know if you got Cash App. Never did it before, okay? And this is because Bobby is begging for money, and Brenda decides, let me know if you got Cash App. Never did it before. Brenda looks to be in her 70s or 80s maybe, and she's a widow who lives with it and loves her dogs. He's literally taking money off elderly women who are widows. How does this man live with himself? How deplorable is this man that he would grift off the most vulnerable in his community? Like, that angers me. Like, I get it. It's their fault. I'm trying to remind myself that, like, they aligned with him. They just felt like this was all acceptable. I get it. But I still feel bad. Like, it definitely makes me feel bad that, like, he's got no problem grifting off of the most vulnerable. Like, she's got to be like 70 or 80 years of age, a widow who's caring for her pet. What a scumbag. And Bobby, in case you're ever curious, like, how much do I know about you? Bobby, this photo is from your Cash App. Bobby, this is a photo of you getting a commendation in July 2005. Ask me how I know that, bro. Bobby, why would I know that this is a photo of you getting a commendation in July 2005, Bobby? Bobby, ask yourself, why do I know that, Bobby? And then just realize I am so much smarter than you, Bobby. It's disturbing how much better I am at this. Brenda, respectfully, you are being ripped off by a sociopath, Brenda, and you should not give that man your money. Brenda, you should keep your money. Please do not give that man your money, Brenda. Brenda, he is lying to you. He's being investigated by the police. He is a dangerous person, Brenda. I promise you, this man does not need nor deserve your money. And Brenda, if you think I'm lying, you are more than welcome to join this chat. I am more than happy to talk to you. I am telling everyone in here to be kind to Brenda. Brenda, I understand you've listened to him for over a year, but Brenda, there's many people who people are close to who do bad things. People are hurt by their parents. People are hurt by their children. People are hurt by their husbands. People are hurt by their sisters. They're hurt by their wives. They're hurt by their brothers. Everyone in the comments, be relaxed, be kind, okay? Brenda, I understand that you've listened to him for a year. I understand that you like him. But Brenda, that doesn't mean that he's not lying to you. Brenda, if you're an educated person, can you join me and tell me, why do you think he's not lying? And why do you think I'm lying, Brenda? Can you answer me that question? Because Brenda, he told you all that Mac was being investigated. But he's being investigated, Brenda. Brenda, he reported Mac. He reported Mac to the police. He told them that Mac was making false scrape reports. He told them that Mac was making debt threats. And then they investigated it. And they determined not only was Mac not doing anything, but that Bobby was a dangerous stalker. And now they reached out to Mac. The police who Bobby contacted reached out to Mac to protect her. Can you explain that, Brenda? And Brenda, if it would help you, believe me, I will happily go live. I will happily call the police officer with you. Happily. I would love to call the police officer with you, Brenda. And if I called the police officer with you and you heard the police officer say that they are, in fact, investigating this. Brenda, you're older. How much does a lawyer cost, Brenda? How much money does he need for a lawyer, Brenda? Brenda, how much is a retainer? You know that $15,000 won't get him anywhere with a lawyer, especially not a defamation. It seems like you already believe that anything Bobby says is true. Why? Why are you so certain that everything cares about you? He cares about you being a body in his life. He cares about you sending gifts. He cares about you sending money. Like, Brenda, just explain to me, didn't Bobby brag about having a whole bunch of money that he donates? If Bobby brags about having a whole bunch of money that he donates to people, right? He talks about it all the time. If he's donating money all the time, why does he need $15,000 from you all? How does he brag about having so much money that he shares all this money with people? Brags about how much he gives to the hospital, right? So then, if he brags about how much he gives to the hospital, why is he begging you guys? Like, Brenda, let me ask you, like, how would your children, I assume you're very adult children, how would your children feel about you giving away money to a man like this? They're going to ask you, does he really need it? Why does he need it? Does he have a job? Why doesn't he have a job? And you're not asking any of those questions, Brenda. You're just falling for it. And it's a grift, and you're going to get burned by this, man. I promise you. Just sad and frustrating more than anything. I don't know what to say. She's not going to change her mind. No, she's still here. Well, anyway, I do believe tonight was a very good send off for the call out lives, right? Like, how else do you destroy a narcissist? Like, he's never going to go away. He's never going to get rid of his platform. He's never going to get rid of his. Just feel like, no, T-Rap, large call outs. No, T-Rap, large call outs. What I did today, for example, earlier with Moriarty, that's not a call on TikTok. Like, that's a large reason why people hate me. So, Jason, you can join if you'd like to join. Jason, would you like to join? Why are you rejecting my request to join, Jason? Jason likes to think he has doxed me. It's the only way he can feel that he has power over me. It's adorable. Let me be super clear. Let me be super clear. Jason's idea of having power over me. Listen to this. Because of the fact that I've made Jason feel small, and because of the fact that I've made Jason feel insignificant, the way that he thinks he has power over me is by doxing me as an Ivy League educated lawyer. Jason, I've never, ever, ever understood the logic. How does it hurt me when you go around telling people I'm an Ivy League educated lawyer? How does that hurt me, you moron? Oh no, Jason went around telling people I'm really smart. How will I ever live it down? I'll never be able to move on with my life. Jason said I went to a better school than I could have ever hoped to go to. How will I ever live down the shame? Jason, why don't you just out me as fucking Brad Pitt, you moron? If you're going to try to schmuck someone, A, find the right person. B, you better hope that person is a bad person. Otherwise, what are you doing? So, Jason, I'll request you up again since you're so lonely, sad, and pathetic. that you need to literally come into my lives in order to get negative attention because your mommy never gave you positive attention. So why don't you step up to the front of the class and join the panel and introduce yourself, Jason? Or are you just one of those people who like to hang out in the comments because you're so nervous? Come on, Jason. No? Last chance, buddy. Otherwise, you're just getting blocked. I don't have time for people who are too cowardly to join a panel. Okay. Bye, Jason. I would say it's a pleasure, but you're cancer. Fucking idiots. They're so dumb. They're so dumb. I just don't even know what to say about them at this point. The broccoli? Who the fuck is the broccoli? Anyway, I think I'm going to end the live, guys. It has been fun, though. I appreciate you guys joining. I do think that's got to be the call out lives done because it's too much. And what a great way to end. Like, can we all agree? How could tonight have gone any better? I just don't see how it could have been better. And like, I'm trying to think like Peggy Peterson getting fired. That was a good capstone. That was a great capstone, arguably. Avery losing their children, which is a positive thing, and having to flee to Canada, which was fucking weird. That was not expected. That was different. Illis being outed as a white supremacist and a horrible flirt. There's so many, I don't know. I do feel like this has got to be top tree. It's definitely top tree. Definitely top tree. Like, there's no doubt at all that in terms of like all of the different cancellations that have taken place, all of the people who have been maligned, all of the people who have had their reputations called out, all of the people who have been exposed, there's no doubt. Like, just no doubt. Brenda, wasn't Bobby cursing? Brenda, Bobby was cursing, right? I heard him using the F word over and over and over again, Brenda. And hasn't he called me a whole bunch of names, Brenda? I'm so confused. Do you go over to his live and tell them that he should not curse? He's not name called me. He's called me a Petritio, Brenda. He's called me a liar. He said I lack integrity. He says I'm dangerous. He said I'm unsafe. I'm sorry. Do you think those words don't matter? But if I call him a douchebag, that's a problem? Brenda, let me ask you a question. Would you prefer your son, your grown adult son, to be known as a PDF or to be known as a douchebag? Because the difference between Bobby and I, when I call him a douchebag, I'm being honest. That's a factual statement. Whereas everything out of his mouth is a lie. So, Brenda, I will say this. I don't actually feel as bad now that you're getting ripped off. I don't feel as bad because you have an opportunity right now to ask questions. You have an opportunity right now to learn. You have an opportunity to protect yourself. And instead, you want to squander that opportunity. So I don't really have much sympathy for you, Brenda. You deserve to have your money taken away to this disgusting person. And why are you following me if I'm a problem, Brenda? You don't think that's weird? Brenda, can you answer that? Why are you following me if you think I'm a problem? Like, why wouldn't you just block me? I will send him more now. All right, give him more of your dwindling assets, Brenda. That just makes you look stupid. If you want to be stupid and give this grown ass man who's got years of life ahead of him to earn money, go ahead and throw your money away. You're a widow. You're on a limited income. I strongly recommend you don't do that. But I can't stop you. Yeah, you don't have to follow me at all, Brenda. I think you are lost and cannot be helped. All right, I'm going to